Hello viewers, today we have some questions here that I would like us to solve, and we are going to start with question number 1. The question is asking find the equation of the curve below. So we have a curve, such kind of a curve we call it a parabola. We call such a curve a parabola, and this curve, as we can all see, is a U-shape or an N-shaped curve. It is an N-shaped curve, and our curve cuts across the x-axis where x is 2 and where x is 4. And we are supposed to determine the equation of this curve with respect to x. Reason being, x is the dependent variable and y is the independent variable. So for us to determine the equation, we are going to take the roots. This we call them the roots or the solutions of our function on the x-axis. So we are going to take the root of x, that is the first root of x is 2, and the second root of x is 4. So having the two roots or the two values of x, we are going to determine the equation of the curve, and our equation is in terms of y, simply because y is the independent variable. So we are going to bring this on the other side of the equal sign in such a way that we are going to have x minus 2 and x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x minus 4 is equal to 0. So having such, for us to determine the equation in form of y, we are going to expand the two identities such that we will have y is equal to x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. So when we expand this quadratic identity, we are going to have the solution or the equation in terms of y. So y is equal to, for us to expand these two identities, we take the first value, which is x, we open the second bracket, that is x minus 4. Then we take the second value, that is minus 2. Then we open the second bracket again, that is x minus 4. So by doing so, we are going to have y is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 2 times x is equal to minus 2x. Then negative 2 multiplied by negative 4, that will give us a positive, so it will be positive 8. So our equation will be y is equal to x squared minus 4x minus 2x, a negative minus a negative will give us a negative, so that will be minus 6x plus 8. This is the quadratic, no, this is the equation of the curve. But we are not yet complete, because when the vertex of a curve is at maximum, when the vertex of the curve is at maximum, so we need to note that when the vertex of the curve is maximum, the coefficient of ax squared is negative. The coefficient of ax squared is negative. And since the vertex of our curve is maximum or is n-shaped, we are going to multiply our function with negative 1 so that we can make this vertex, or we can make the coefficient of x squared negative, or that is ax squared. And we are going to lab here where we started and proceed. So our equation is y is equal to x squared minus 6x plus 8. We are going to multiply the equation of our curve with negative 1. And when we multiply it with negative 1, we are going to get y is equal to negative x squared plus 6x minus 8. Negative 1 times x squared is negative x squared plus 6x. Why plus? Because negative 1 times negative 6 is equal to positive 6. Then positive 8 multiplied by negative 1 will give us negative 8. And that is going to be the equation of our curve. That will be the equation of our curve. By doing that, we are done with question number 1. Let's proceed to question number 2. So question number 2, we are being told to differentiate. We are being told to differentiate. We are supposed to differentiate y is equal to 3x cubic minus 2x squared plus 4x. We have been told to differentiate that. So how do we go about differentiating a function? If you check well, this is a cubic function, and the reason it's a cubic function is because the highest degree is 2 power 3. So how do we differentiate? So given a function in form of y is equal to ax to power n, when you are told to differentiate, differentiating simply means finding the derivative of this function. And when you find the derivative of this function, it is going to be dy over dx. So what we do when we are differentiating, we take the power, that is n, we multiply it by the coefficient of the function. So when we multiply a times n, it's going to be an. It's going to be an. Then we will retain our x. We retain our x. And when we retain our x, the power of n reduces by 1. The power of n reduces by 1. Simply, that is how we differentiate. The power of n of x the power of x reduces by 1. So it is n minus 1. So how then do we go about differentiating such kind of an equation? So when you have a polynomial, such kind of an equation, we call it a polynomial because it is made up of more than two variables. That is more than two identities. That is why we call it a polynomial. So how do we differentiate? We differentiate such kind of a polynomial by differentiating each and every element. So we are going to differentiate each and every element. So what does that mean? That means we are going to differentiate the first one, the second one, and the third one. So we are going to have dy over dx is equal to, so we said that when we have such kind of a function, y equals to ax to power n, it's going to be dy over dx. We have our dy over dx here, an. So that means we will take the power 3, multiply by 3. So what is 3 times 3? 3 multiplied by 3 will give us a 9. Then our x variable will be retained there. Then our power will reduce by 1. So our power is 3. So what is 3 minus 1? That will give us a 2. Then we proceed to the second one, minus. The same way we have differentiated the first function, we are going to differentiate the second function. And we are going to take 2 multiplied by 2. That will give us a 4. Then we will retain our variable x. And we are going to reduce our power with 1. So 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So you can just write 1 or leave it like that because x to power 1 is the same as x. Then we proceed plus. Then we come here. The power of x here is 1. So 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. Then our x will be retained there. Then 1 minus 1 is 0. So our power is going to be x to power 0. So we are going to have dy over dx is equal to 9x squared minus 4x plus 4. Why 4? Because any number raised to power 0 is 1. Remember, we mentioned that under indices, when we say that any number raised to power 0 is equivalent to 1, and we simply call that the 0 index. So generally, that is how you differentiate to get the derivative of this function. If it is your first time to follow my lessons or my tutorials, you can click the subscribe button on my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so that each and every time I upload a new video, you'll always be updated. I'll ensure that I'll be uploading at least one video per day so that we are all updated and we are able to understand mathematics. Have a good day as you also revise. I wish you all the best as you perform in your examinations. Thank you so much.